Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Mcskillet here with another CSGO video, and today I'm going to be doing something pretty interesting. So as you guys know, there's a lot of CSGO skins that are limited on what condition they can be, and they cannot normally be factory new, or some of them actually can be factory new, but they can't really be factory new because they're restricted at a 0.06 float value, making it so pretty much every single one's going to be pretty beat up. But if you edit the game files, I've actually collected a whole bunch of super low float skins, and then I replaced those skins with these skins that are skins that you normally can't get with super good condition. So we're actually able to see what these look like without all the scratches and stuff. So I thought this was pretty cool, and starting off right here we have the AK47 Red Line, which is factory new with a super low float, and normally the skin only comes in minimal wear, but as you can see, this is what the skin is really supposed to look like when it has absolutely no scratches or anything. Even the absolute best minimal wear one still has some scratches on it, and there's some pretty cool details on this that you normally can't see too well, like the little red stripes near the magazine. And actually there's some nice minimal wear red lines that have some of those stripes left there, but usually they won't be as clean as they are right here. For some reason, even the number one lowest float one doesn't have stripes. It's just kind of a random thing, but this one right here, because it's technically factory new, it's got all the details on it, so pretty cool. You can't usually see the skin factory new, so that's what the AK Red Line looks like with a factory new and low float. Now, if you've ever owned a Mag 7 bulldozer of any condition or any normal float that you can get it in game, you'll know that there's still a ton of scratches on the skin. But here we have the low float replacement one, and as you can see, it's actually super clean looking. Normally it's completely scrapped up on the handle part, but as you can see, now it's completely clean. The skin looks so much better this way. It's unfortunate you can't ever get it like this though. So this is what it looks like when it's super clean without any of those scratches all over it. So the next skin is another skin that you cannot even get in the factory new condition. This one you can only get minimal wear, and it's the P90 Depth by Kitty. And even the absolute best P90 Depth by Kitty is going to have a ton of missing textures and tons of parts scratched off it. And here's what it looks like when it's truly factory new with a perfect float value. As you can see, there's a lot of parts that the actual texture covers completely over. Like some of the parts in the front, there's normally a big black scratch, burn mark, whatever you want to call it, that is in front of it. But here it is completely clean and you can see the true texture. And next up we got the MP7 Whiteout. And for some reason this skin, it actually still has a little scratch on it, even though I used a 000 super low float skin to replace the whiteout with. And for some reason it still has a small scratch in the back, but this is still so much cleaner than the ones you get in game are, because I have a factory new one that has a low float and it still is completely scratched up in the back. And as you can see here, it's actually pretty clean in the back. There's still a little scratch on the side. Not sure why that is. I don't think you can actually really get rid of that, no matter how low the float is, because I mean, it's pretty much as low as it gets. But this is what a really clean whiteout would look like. So next up we got another skin, which you can get factory new. It's super rare. Any of the skins in this video that you can get factory new, usually they're just super rare to get factory new. And when they are factory new, they don't really even look factory new. But here is the modded in Modern Hunter. And as you can see, the clip has got almost all the textures in it. There's still some parts missing, but I don't actually think you can get those perfect. But the stock is also pretty much perfect, so the skin looks a lot better this way than what you can ever get it to look like in game. So pretty cool right there on the M4A4 Modern Hunter. So next up we've got the MP9 Bulldozer, which looks really cool with the modded in float value. As you can see, I don't even know what part of the gun it is right there. There's just kind of like a part sticking out on the MP9, the little square thing, or I mean it's more like a rectangle. I don't even know what that is, but normally that part is completely blacked over. It's all damaged, but here it's perfect. There's no scratches on the play side part of it, so just super clean. Kind of looks like a toy gun almost when it's so clean like this. I've never really seen the bulldozer skins look super cool when you actually mod in the float values, because normally any bulldozer skin still got a bunch of wear on it. So next up we got the bayonet Crimson Web, and the bayonet is probably the knife where it's hardest to get a clean looking one, especially on bayonet Knights and bayonet Crimson Webs. I've rarely ever seen one that's completely clean, and I don't even think you can really get one that's completely clean, because normally there's a bunch of scratches on the spine part on Crimson Webs and Knights. But here's what a pretty much flawless Crimson Web looks like. I believe I replaced a knife that had like a 000 float value, so super low float, and a super clean bayonet Crimson Web that you never will really see one like this. So the FAMAS Spitfire is definitely one of the most worn skins in the game when it's factory new. So I tried to see if I can make it look any better. And the front part has a lot more of the textures in it, but still, overall in the skin, there's still so many scratches on it. So I don't expect it to get much better than this, because this was a triple float value FAMAS, but for some reason there's still scratches on it. But as you can see in the front, there's where the actual artwork part is, a lot of that's actually there that normally isn't there. Like the part in the middle, that's normally scraped over, but right here it's almost flawless in the front, so the skin does look a lot cooler like this. And I don't really think you can get one that's too close to this in game normally, even though there's still scratches even on this one for some reason. So the Karambit Ultraviolet, so there's some patterns like Ultraviolet, Night, and Crimson Web that of course are just like the guns that are locked at 0.06 floats, except they're knives that have the exact same float value ranges. But here's what a Karambit Ultraviolet looks like with a perfect corner on it. Super clean looking. The backside seems to still have some like minor scratches on it, but the play side is pretty much perfect as far as I can see, which I've never actually seen one of those in game really. Normally there's kind of a screwed up part on the corner, even on the factory new ones. So next up we have the Galil AR Chatterbox, and you can normally only get the skin field tested, but this is what a factory new version would look like. And I think there is some low float field tested ones that look pretty identical to as good as I could get here, but you'll rarely come across one of those, I would say. But this is what happened when I tried editing the game files to make this as clean as it could possibly look, and it does look, I'd say it looks a lot better like this. And this is actually a pretty cool skin. It doesn't look as good in the picture as it does in game, but Galil AR Chatterbox can normally only get it field tested. But here is the P250 nuclear threat with the modded factory new float, and you can get the skin factory new, but it's going to have that 0.06 float restriction again, so you can't really get it factory new. But here is what the super low float version looks like. And this skin, even this low float version, seems to still have some scratches on it. I don't even think at any float you could really get some of these skins to be flawless, but because I basically got some of the best skins out there to replace. But here's the P250 nuclear threat, pretty cool looking, and yeah, it still has some minor scratches, but so much better than what you ever will see in game, especially in that back part. Normally in the back there's a big part that's scraped off right there. And now we have the Karambit Crimson Web with the modded float value. Looks super cool. I don't think I got the best webbing pattern here, but there actually is one real one that exists that has a really nice corner, but you'd probably have to pay quite a fortune to get those. And this is what the modded one looks like. There's still some minor scratches on it though, but pretty much as good as you can get. And here we have the SG bulldozer, and I have to say I was kind of disappointed on this one. Out of all the skins in this video, this one still seems to be pretty beat up, even with the super low float value, which was a little bit of a disappointment because I wanted to see what the skin would look like if it was flawless. But it definitely is better than what you normally get, because normally the kind of top part has where the scope attaches to normally is like completely burned off, but here there's just kind of some burn marks in the back, I guess. But normally in game you would never really be able to get one that's as clean as this, and I happen to own the #1 float value one. It's not even close to that. And here we have what the modded USPS Royal Blue would look like, and I didn't expect this skin to be flawless, because even with the super low float USPS I used, it still has scratches on it, and I believe the Orion's the same way. Like, no matter how low float your Orion is, it'll still have scratches, but this is way better than what the 0.06 ones look like in game. So I thought it was pretty cool. As you can see here, very few, well actually there's still some scratches on the top, but when you're not inspecting it, it looks a lot better than what it would normally look like. And finally I want to try out the other bayonet, which is normally super beat up, the bayonet Night. And yeah, super clean now without all the scratches. Like every single bayonet, even the factory new #1 lowest float bayonet Night. I know that one's still pretty scratched up, so you'll rarely see a super clean one like this one right here. I'm not sure how many other skins I could possibly try testing out with low floats that you normally can't really see clean. If you guys know of any other ones that I'm forgetting in this video, feel free to let me know. I tried to go over all the ones, but I'm sure there's some skins that I'm missing that are limited on minimal wear, where there's some parts that you might want to see, but you normally can't because they're normally scratched over. So if anyone knows any of those, feel free to let me know. But that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed, and also if you want to use code Mcskillet on CSGO Wild, again, it's free, 50 cents. And I don't know, people are sending me crazy videos of people getting to like $70 from their 50-cent code. I mean, if you get lucky enough, you can just keep you can keep going on roulette. I believe you have to start on roulette. It won't let you do coin flip until you have $1, but I mean, I've seen some crazy stuff that people actually gain a lot of free skins, so make sure you check that out. But that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm Mcskillet, and I'm out.